Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel IamInAzure. Hope you all are doing good and safe wherever you are. So first of all, I'm very sorry I was not able to create content on my YouTube channel as I was a bit busy with my office work. I will make sure that I upload some videos related to Azure on daily basis. So let me just start today's content. So earlier we were discussing on Azure Bicep. So I have already created a two videos on that. One which talks about how to install Bicep and how to create resources. And in the second part, I have created the CICD pipeline, how we can build the Bicep project and how can we release that to the uh, resource groups that will create the resources inside our resource group. So in today's video, I'm going to cover the how can we add the conditions and for loops inside the Bicep. So let's get started on that. So let me share my screen. Yeah, so this was the file that I have created earlier. So I have a main.bicep file and we were following a model approach where we inside modules we were creating the resource related bicep files and we are calling these modules inside the main. And parallelly we have also have the repo created here which has which is the Azure Bicep solution with the name with this name and the files are pushed over here. So today I will, as we already have this uh, what is this web app, so today I will create a storage account and then as we go along we will add the conditional operators and the for each loop to the for loop to that. So let me create a file, basic file, which is storage.bicep, and we're gonna add the resource that is storage now. So we have to give a symbolic name. So I'm giving it as Azure, sorry, the storage account. And I have to choose the operator, sorry, the resource provider. So I have to select for storage account and then the, sorry, the version number. Then if you do an equal to this, it will help you with the intelligence, like you can add for loop or for with a filter, that is for with a if condition, or else if you want to use a indexed for loop then you can use this. Let's just start with the basic one, that is with the required parameters. Now it is asking the basic parameters for a storage account, the name, location, what is the SKU, then what is the type of the storage account that we want to create. So this is all happening because we have added the extension called Bicep. So that is helping us here. Now, instead of we putting values over here directly, let's just create some parameters. So just like ARM templates, we can also define parameters in Bicep. So for that, we can use this keyword, which is param followed by the parameter name. So I'm just giving it as storage account name. And then there are different types it supports. So you can create an array type parameter or a bool type, int type, or string type, or secured. If you want to store some objects or some configuration with a secure thing, then you can use secure string or secure object. So right now the storage account, I'm putting it as a string and we can assign value to this over here directly, or else if you want to assign it from a different parameter file, you can do that as well. So the parameter part, I will try to cover it in my next video. So for now, I will just put a name directly here. The other thing is you can put your name here or else in your main.bicep file. So that part I will show you too. So let me just put it for now here. So I am in Azure, and just like your sorry, the parameters when you are defining in ARM templates, how we add the metadata to that, you can also do that by using the declarative parameters, sorry, declaratives over here by using this at the rate followed by the declarative attribute, that is a load or a description, or if you want to have a max length, min length, or you want to add metadata. So all that you can do. So for now, I will just add the description. So you have to put everything in a single quote. So this is the storage account name. And to call this variable, you can directly give your name here. So this is how simple it is. But when you are working with ARM template, you have to use those like open closed brackets, and you have to use the parameter. Then inside that you have to give your parameter name. So which has been reduced over here to a very short declarative form. Then location, I would like to use the location of the storage account, sorry, the resource group. So what I will do is param followed by the parameter name, that is location, and then the what type of value it is. So it is a location. Now I'm going to assign the resource group location. So just like how you call your functions in the ARM templates, you have to give the open close braces, right? So here you can just call them directly. So just like this, resource group dot then the location. So this will assign the resource group location value to this parameter location. So just that. And yeah, well, this is fine. So I will use location parameter here. And for SKUs, you can add parameters if you want. So I'm just going to hard code for now. So I'm just going to use standard LRS, and the kind is storage v2. Yeah, so I'm just saving this. Now I am going to call this module inside my main bicep file. So I will just come here and add module space storage. So this is again symbolic name. So this will help you if you have some dependencies, like one dependent on other, you can add that. So let's just add this here, and the path to your bicep file, then the required parameters. Now if you see, this is asking this name is the name of your deployment. So I'm putting the same name over here, the deployment name. Now this is fine. Now I don't have any parameters, so it is not asking me for parameters, or else by default the boiler code is not being generated. But let's say if I remove my name from here, that is my assignment over here, and I just put it like this, then if I come here and you see here, there is a red squiggling saying that parameter location isn't been assigned, or we missed that parameter. So what we can do is we can just add the parameter here. So control space will give you the intelligence. Yo, sorry, I don't need this comma here. So param and the required properties. If you see here, now the storage account directly available here as a parameter. Now you can pass your value here as well. There you go. Yeah, the location isn't explicitly valued. Okay, so this is fine. Now what we can do is we can deploy this. So if you have seen my earlier videos, we have created this one here. So I have the storage account name, I am in Azure, right? So this is fine. And this is the resource group that we have created earlier. So just in order to deploy this, as I mentioned, we have CICD pipeline, but let's just deploy it manually right now. So just right click and deploy bicep. And this is asking for your sign in credentials. Oh, it just take a minute. So when we enter here our credentials, it will automatically deploy the bicep. That means your storage account with the name IamInAzure will be available for us to use. So let's see. Yeah, meanwhile, I will show you this Bicep playground. This is again available. This link is available in the Microsoft Doc as well. I will also add it in the description. So what this will help you is, if you have a Bicep file, you can just convert that Bicep into ARM template if you are very much familiar with the ARM template. So this is how it converts. I will show you the file that we have created. So if you use this one and just paste it here, you see this, it is all the ARM template is automatically gets created. So I will put this in the notepad as well. Sorry, the description. So let me see, sign in, just taking some time. Let me try it one more time. Yeah, just a minute. I'm entering my OTP and this sign in will be ready here. So once I have signed in, so I can close this and now I can deploy this. So my main.file and deploy. So I have it here. So my resource group name is IamInAzure CICD, and I don't have parameter file for now. So let's just deploy this. You see here in the output window over here, it will start deploying. Yeah, so the deployment has started. View deployment in the portal. So when I come here in the portal now, we'll just refresh this. Yeah, so the deployment has started. If you see here, deploying, it says deploying. Yeah, so the deployment is in progress. Yeah, so deployment done. So let me refresh this. Yeah, just taking some time. Deployment succeeded. Let me refresh this portal. Yeah, there you go. You have 4 resources now. This is the new resource that's got created. Okay, now we're gonna add the if condition to this. So that is, this time I'm going to deploy a storage account only if my let's say I will add one more parameter over here, which is environment, env parameter, and this is string, and to this I'm going to assign a value called prod or production, let's say. Now I'm going to add one more resource here, and this time, oh sorry, I'm editing it in web app. Instead we have to edit in storage. So let's just copy this. Okay, let's not copy anything, let's create it from scratch. Param, then env string with a value production, and this time we are going to create the same resource. So I'm going to name it as prod str account and storage account, So we can create whatever the resource we want. And this time we are going to use the if condition. You say this condition. Now in the condition, we can use our parameters. So that is nv double equal to production. If it is production, then only deploy. Now what to deploy is the required parameters. So I can just copy them from here directly. The only thing I will change is the name of my resource, sorry, the storage account, because it will just give conflict, right? So what I can do is I can use this interpolation. So if you have a familiar with some programming language, you might have seen this earlier, either in Python, JavaScript, or Node.js, whatever it is. Uh, this is basically instead of we using the concat parameter, how we do with arm templates, we can directly use this dollar followed by the flower braces. So the storage account name, I'm going to give it as the storage account name followed by prod. Okay. So if this is prod, then only it will deploy. Otherwise, it will not deploy. So let's just see. So right now the value is production. So this is how it will work. I mean, I will just try to deploy. Okay, before deploying, what I will do is I will just do here dev. Then we can change it to prod, like after one deployment. So let's just deploy this. Yeah, this time again, resource group. I have to select the resource group. Yeah. Deployment started and the deployment here. So ideally it should not deploy because the environment is dev, right? So let's see. Now we can just go to deployments here and bicep deployment. Yeah, the storage deployment. And this is done. It says done. So let's see. Now it just deployed IamInAzure again with the same configuration, but it haven't touched the other resource, which is my IamInAzure prod. So our storage account name is IamInAzure followed by prod, right? So this was not deployed. Let's just refresh this to make sure this all goes into succeeded. Yeah, so we have here everything. Now let's just try with the prod. So what we can do is yeah, these all values are configurable again. I mean, this you can put it in your CICD pipeline, or else you can have a separate parameter file, one for dev and one for prod, and you can use this. So I put this as production, and this is matching this. So let's just deploy this now again. Yeah, the deployment started. Now you have it here. Let's just refresh this. So it started the deployment. We can wait for some time. Yeah, the web app deployment is done. Storage account still going on. Yeah, so this is also done. I can go to overview now. And I'm still not able to see. Let's just refresh this. It's just taking some time. So you have it here. I'm in Azure Pod now. Now this deployment, you can actually see it in the deployments also. This time when you go to the previous deployment that happened here, you will be able to see two storage accounts being deployed. Yeah, there you go. Earlier you were able to see only one with a dev as a parameter value. Right now you are seeing two. So this is okay. So this is how you can use parameters. So basically, in the if condition, it will just validate the true or false. So you can just give true or false, or else you can use some equal operator, something like this, and you can deploy your resources. Now let's just go to the for loop as well. Then I will talk about for loop with a if condition. So for now, let's just go with the for loop. That is for condition. So for we all know for looping we have to have more than one variable. Sorry, not variable, more than one value. So we can use an array or else some list or some dictionary. So for now, I'm going to use an array that is param. Then I will use storage accounts and an array followed by values. Now the values here are the prefix or the postfix for my storage account that I'm going to put it here. So I will put something like func1. That means it can be like for my function1, I'm going to create one storage account, or else func2. So I have two here now. So let me add. Okay, so I have to give it a different parameter name. Yeah, and func3. So I'm going to create three storage accounts now. And this time I am just control KC. So this will comment everything. And this time I am going to create a storage account that is, oh, not for each. So resource followed by deployment name. So for storage account, then the resource name is storage account equal to, this time I'm going to use a for loop. So if you see here, for each item in the list, the list over here is storage accounts and item is fine. Inside this, I have to uh, give the properties of the storage account. So I can use kind, location, all these parameters. So what I will do directly here is I will just take everything from here and put it here. Basically, I just need this. So control K. Yeah. So this is good. Yeah, again, we have to do a naming convention because to avoid the naming conflicts. So we will use unique name. So this time, what I will do is I will add the item name, that is this one. So each time it creates, it will create with the name IamInAzure func1, IamInAzure func2, IamInAzure func3. So yeah, I have to use the interpolation and item. That's it. So I will just save this and let me deploy this too. Yeah, this is manual deployment I'm doing, but once I have everything ready, I will push it to repo and I will show you the CICD also. But for the first one or two things, I'm just manually deploying it. So let's see. Yeah, I hope the deployment started 7:12. Yeah, so the deployment started and we can see it over here. So I can just go here and over here. So yeah, deployment is in progress. So we can just wait for some time. Can go inside this and storage deployment. There you go. You have three deployments. One is func1, func2, and func3. And when you go to the portal, you are supposed to see the same here. Yeah, the same goes. I will just do portal.azure.com and I will go to that resource group. Sorry. Yeah, by now you will be able to see it here. So I have func1, func2, and func3. So this is how, I mean, a simple for loop that you can use. So, I mean, this can go complex as well. Like I just used the string type, so you can add object types over here, and you can pass those as a uh, what to say, the property to your storage account altogether. Like you can have all this value one in an object, and you can pass that. Or else if you are working with networks, you can have different subnets altogether, so something like that. So this is fine. Now what I will do is I will show you the for loop with the condition operator. So for that, again, I will just comment out this, and this time what we're gonna do is I am going to create a key vault instead of storage account now. So this time for if key vault, this is my symbolic name, and key vault is the thing that I'm going to create, and I can give some this one version number followed by the required parameters. So basically I need this, so I'm just copying it here. I will do now. This time I am going to use for with a filter. So if it matches, that means if the filter is matched, then only this for will work. So this is how. So you see the syntax, you have your for loop first and followed by the if condition. So keyword, I have the parameters here, and conditions, again I'm using the same condition. Environment, that is nv equal to production, to use double quote, and in the list I'm going to use, yeah, we can use a different parameter. So we'll just add it as key vault here, or else key vaults, and that will be in my list. Now my name will be something like uh, yeah, so my name will be I am in Azure, followed by the item name, that is my this list over here. And location, I'm going to use the parameter location. Family, I think, I'm not sure what the value has to go in family. Yeah, let's just find that. And name is standard, fine. Tenant value I have to give, okay, so I have to get the tenant, then the name, sorry, the family, and the, yeah, only just these two, so I'm good then. Yeah, family, let's see what the accepted values here. Basically it should come here. What is this a? Okay, let's just read a bit on that, then we will understand. So keyword family, SKU family, yeah. So here you have the arm template, I mean, sorry, the bicep file already available here. So these all values you can configure, but we are interested in the family, right? So let's just look at that. Yeah, so family equal to a, SKU family. So okay, so by default it just accepts a. I am not sure what exactly this a means here. Yeah, this is fine. And the tenant ID I have to give. So what I can do is I can just go to subscription, and okay, I'm not getting the name, I'm just getting the name. I have to go to directory, AD directory. Yeah, so basically you can find it over here also if you don't have the AD permissions. That is, yes, I can just go to switch, and this is my ID. That is directory ID is your tenant ID. So I will just copy that. Oh, switch that. Well, this is copied and I will put it here, single quote. Yeah, that's it. So this is fine. So we are good now. So let me try to deploy it and show you. So this time I'm going to deploy. Yeah, so this is in process. Okay, but this will deploy this time because we have production and production over here. Well, that is fine. Yeah, we have here. Let me go to the resource group. And the deployment is in progress. Okay, storage failed. Yeah, we have added this as a module over there, right? So yeah, I think that is the error. Well, let's just read out that error to get better understanding. Okay. So these are the mandatory parameters that we haven't assigned. So that is why it is giving error. The parameter is not assigned, I mean, not specified. So to the access policy, sorry, to the keyword, this is the value that we have to give. I mean, we can just assign it as a blank also. Even blank is fine. Yeah, but this has to be defined. Well, I'm just saving this. Now what I'm going to do is, I mean, we can deploy it from here. Let me show you how the CICD works. So what I will do is, or else, yeah. So, well, just to show you from here first. So let me just put it as dev and deploy it from here. Then once we change it to prod, then I will deploy it by using CICD. So let me show you with a uh, failed if condition, that is with false if condition. So let's go with this first. So we have it here. So let's just come here and this time, let's see. Let's just refresh this. Yeah, we have the deployment going on. So we have to see the storage deployment over here. That is the name that we have given in our main.config. If you see here, the deployment name is storage deployment. So let's wait for that. Yeah, this is still deploying, so we can wait for a minute. Yeah, so if you see, we don't have the storage deployment. When you go inside this, so this should have two deployments, and when you go to the storage deployment, you will see no resources. That means that is because your if condition is failing over there, and means this is not matching with the prod. So that is why you are seeing this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to prod, that is production, and I am going to deploy it. So this time instead of deploying from here, what I will do is I will push this code to repo, then I will show you the CICD as well. So this is my folder that is inside my project. Yeah, let me bring it here. Project I am in Azure. So inside this I am here and I am going to push the code. So you can use the bash commands, I mean git bash commands if you are familiar with. I mean, I prefer to use this git tortoise, which is a handy tool that helps easily. So the message is added storage with if and yeah. So this is my commit message. I will commit it and then I will push it. I'm pushing it to my main branch directly. So this is the command that you generally use if you are using your, I mean the git CLI, that is git push hyphen process, then your origin, then the branch names. Yeah, so this is okay. So push is done. So we can just come to the repo and let's just refresh this here. Yeah, you should see. Yeah, so we have the last change just now, and this CI is in progress. That is my integration pipeline. build pipeline, and you will see the modules here and bicep file and the things that we have created, everything. Yeah, let's go to the pipeline. So this is the pipeline. So when you go inside this, I mean, this is triggered whenever we do a push to the main branch. That is all configured. You will be able to get that in my part 2. So let's just give a minute here. Once we have the build, you will see the JSON file. Just to show you how the build looks, I mean the what we have done. So we have used the Azure CLI, and we are pointing to the main.c bicep file, and the other values we have configured like the working directory, what is this publish, all that together. And once this pipeline is done, you will see an artifact being created. So this is the artifact inside which you will have the main.json file. Let me just download this and show you. Yeah, so this will download, let it download. And meanwhile, we have the release happening here. That is Azure Bicep CD. So this being triggered whenever your CI is completed. So let it run. So I will show you the main file, that is main.json. So this is nothing but your ARM template file after the build. So let it come up here. Yeah, just open in Visual Studio. Fine, this is just to view. So yeah, you see here we have the complete ARM template now with the resources that we have defined in our bicep. Like this is the deployment, and when you come down to resources, you will see this web app and ASP followed by one more deployment that is for the keyword over here. And this is my copy file. I mean, the copy command that we generally use, right, for the looping, and also the condition operator that we use for if condition. So that is how this looks. So this is all okay. So let's just go and see the release now, to what extent it is done. So let's just go to logs and see. Yeah, just taking some time. Yeah, I hope my content is a bit helpful to you. If that is so, please do share and subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so that you will get a notification whenever I push the recent videos. So I'm going to create a continuous series on this bicep. Yeah, so if you see here, the deployment is done. That is, my release is done. Now I can just come here and I can just let me just refresh this. That is just taking time side. So when I come here, and this time I should be able to see the keywords. There we have the keywords. Yeah. So this is how simple this is. I mean, with the complex resources, we can build this to a better level as well. Yeah. Yeah, if you have any questions, or if you want to share some comments with me, please do comment in the comment section. I will definitely help you on this. And if you have some scenarios that you want me to take up and work on that, please put them as a comment in the comment section. I will be very much happy to help you on that too. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching this content. Thank you so much. Bye.